Chapter 1, 1651, Merit Obelisk. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Boom! A grindstone-sized lightning ball crashed on Miao Mingshen's back and exploded intensely. Goo! Miao Mingshen's body shook as he spit out blood. His pale face was even weaker now. He tried to concentrate and use an immortal killer move, vanishing from his spot and appearing several thousand steps away. But even there, lightning weaved and beasts roared. The situation was truly at its worst. To think that I would die here! Miao Mingshen was filled with despair. Wasn't Paradise Earth's true inheritance meant to be mild? Why was it so dangerous here? These questions were no longer the point. Miao Mingshen's immortal aperture had run out of immortal essence. Even though he had his immortal goo left, his escape earlier was the final struggle he could muster. The roaring of beasts almost burst his eardrums. The immemorial Thunder Phoenix attacked him again. Around him, none of the other 7 goo immortals were left. He had lasted the longest, the rest died one by one earlier. If I had known this, I would not have explored Paradise Earth's true inheritance. Dying before even meeting the blue dragon whale, hehehe. Ren Xiuping is going to die laughing after hearing this. Miao Mingshen was filled with regret, but he also felt very helpless. In life, who could predict everything that was going to happen, even if it was a dead end ahead? Even for the great wisdom path, star constellation, immortal venerable, could she predict everything? Come at me, Miao Mingshen sighed, straightening his back as he faced the Thunder Phoenix's sharp claws. With an intense pain, his vision fell into darkness. Did I die? Miao Mingshen was quite dazed. At this time, a voice resounded. Lord Miao Mingshen, wake up! Quickly wake up! Miao Mingshen opened his eyes. He saw immortal Hua Die's concerned look. She was standing beside him. Gui Qi Feng Zhang, and Tu Tu Tuo, even the one who died first, Chu Ying, were all around. They were all smiling. You guys, what happened? Miao Mingshen's eyes suddenly flashed. Wait, is this a test? You are right. We came to that conclusion too. Tu Tu Tuo laughed loudly, replying. To think that the first test came before we entered the blue dragon whale, this was simply too dangerous. Miao Mingshen shook his head, feeling some lingering fear as he inspected his injuries. But he became stunned immediately. It turned out that his injuries were all gone. His goo worms were all intact. Even his immortal essence had been restored to its original state. This! Miao Mingshen raised his head. Was it all an illusion? Precisely. Paradise Earth, immortal venerable, is truly amazing. We did not notice it at all. We only realized after dying. Thinking about it, Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable was able to create reincarnation battlefield. This test was definitely not hard to put up. In history, Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable created such killer moves to deal with a rank 8 expert combat demon. Reincarnation Battlefield was the peak of this series. After so many years, Central Continent's 10 great ancient sects has nurtured countless goo immortal experts using it. Miao Mingshen sighed to himself as his mind got clearer. I think this is Paradise Earth, Immortal Venerable's warning. After experiencing death, we can give up many obsessions. Lord is right, the feeling of death is truly hard to forget. Feng Zhang sighed. At the same time, this is a test of our battle strength. Miao Mingshen, I have to admit that you are amazing. We saw your performance in the illusion. You lasted the longest among us. Tong Hua smiled. Miao Mingshen was joyful, but also worried. Joyful that his great strength had increased his authority in this group, but worried because most of his methods were all exposed. After all, he was facing death. Why would he reserve his trump cards? Miao Mingshen suddenly thought of Fang Yuan. His gaze flashed. Chu Ying, to think that I worried and felt aggrieved about you so deeply, yet you were the one who saved the most energy. His words had deep meaning. Fang Yuan sighed as he showed a bitter look of shame. The truth is, I felt horrible when death approached. I was simply too unlucky. Why did the immemorial Thunder Phoenix target me? When I woke up, I was dazed for a long time before gaining clarity. With attitude goo, he had sincere and truthful-looking acting. Miao Mingshen stared at Fang Yuan intensely, but seeing his expression, His suspicions faded away. Then where are we? Miao Mingxin looked around, seeing that they were on a nameless island. The island was surrounded by vast blue seawater, extending to the horizons. There were schools of fish in the sea, waves were moving slowly as winds blew, white seagulls were making sounds. Some were flying in the sky while others were flying slightly above the sea level. We were about to ask you. We arrived here after waking up. We do not know where to go, Tonghua said. Miao Mingxin nodded. Everyone, wait a moment. Next, he shut his eyes using a mysterious immortal killer move. This was his unique way of locating the blue dragon whale. But just on the surface, nobody could decipher his method. After shutting his eyes, Miao Mingxin opened it again very quickly, showing shock and joy in his eyes. Everyone, as I expected, this is the immortal aperture world of the blue dragon whale. Miao Mingxin said some shocking things. What? The immortals were all very surprised. They more or less knew something about this Paradise Earth true inheritance. Paradise Earth. Immortal Venerable subdued the blue dragon whale and awakened its immortal aperture. He had left behind a Paradise Earth true inheritance in this grotto heaven. 5 years later, many Gu immortals tried to find the blue dragon whale, but could not find anything. The Gu immortals were still prepared to see the true appearance of the blue dragon whale, but to think that they would arrive directly inside its immortal aperture. Paradise Earth. Immortal Venerable's arrangements, they are truly something we cannot comprehend fully. This means entering this place has no difficulty? Then why has nobody entered this place before us? Was the blue dragon whale too hard to find? Then what are we going to do now? Tonghua asked. The immortals all focused their attention on Miao Mingxin. Miao Mingxin was quite satisfied with this situation. They had all arrived at the destination without separating. They still wanted to stick together. He did not waste his effort in consolidating his authority as the leader of the group. To speak the truth, I am not sure too. But since we are in the grotto heaven now, we have already succeeded in the first step. Next, we should find the hidden Paradise Earth true inheritance. This is an unknown place that has existed for many years. We do not know what lives here. To be safe, we should travel in a group. Even if anything happens, we can take care of each other. Miao Mingxin's words were acknowledged by everyone. Fang Yuan spoke at this time. I have a simple idea since we entered this place via Paradise Earth. Immortal Venerable's arrangement. This small island must not be simple. We should search around this island first. Nobody explored this place yet, Miao Mingxin asked. The immortals shook their heads. Some looked at Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan smiled bitterly. Even though I am the first person who got here and learned of the illusion, I was afraid of the lurking danger here. I have been guarding our current location since then. All right, let's split up and look around this small island. Miao Mingxin immediately gave them some missions. This island was small, with so many people around, they soon found clues. Quickly come to the center of the island, there is a rank 8 immortal Gu house here. A moment later, 8 Gu immortals stood in front of the immortal Gu house. This immortal Gu house had a peculiar design. From the outside, it looked like an obelisk made of gold. The surface of the obelisk had many inscriptions. Feng Zhang took a few glances and shouted, "So this is Paradise Earth's true inheritance." Immortal Hua Dai, who was beside him, frowned. It is really troublesome to inherit this true inheritance. The obelisk stated that this rank 8 immortal Gu house was a merit board. It was effective in the entire grotto heaven world. If outside Gu immortals wanted to gain Paradise Earth's true inheritance, they would need to do the missions on this obelisk and gain merits after completing them. The more merits they had, the more valuable things they could exchange for. If one did not accept this, they could only wait on this island. They could not leave and go to other places in the grotto heaven world. According to the inscription, we can only stay here for 300 days, Tonghua said with a regretful tone. 300 days in terms of the dragon whale grotto heaven's time. What missions can we do in 300 days? Zheng Luozi's eyes flashed with bright light. There were only 10 missions on this obelisk. Each one was different. It meant that these Gu immortals were going to engage in competition later. The others were not stupid. They quickly realized this problem. The atmosphere became heavier all of a sudden. Miao Mingxin acutely sensed the change in the atmosphere as he spoke. Everyone, even though the inscription says that this is our first time here, we cannot be so sure. In my opinion, we should test if we can leave this island. I hope you can all research on this immortal goo house. If you have a way of moving it, we can take it for ourselves. That would be wonderful. The immortals were deeply moved. This was a rank 8 immortal goo house. If they could break it and take parts of it, they would have great gains. Miao Mingshen continued, when we looked around, we found a lot of cultivation resources on this island. They are in huge quantities. We should decide on how to split these resources. What do you think? The immortals would only benefit from this. Why would they disagree? Everyone shared in acknowledgement.